today I've got my good friends over here at Country Fit, Barb Jordan, and who is the instructor here and coach at Country Fit, owner of Country Fit, and we have Tonya Poirier. So, Barb, we'll start off. Just can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how this gym got started and what inspired you to start the gym?
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for having me on. The idea of the gym was actually came all of a sudden after COVID happened and my gym closed down and my coaches moved away. I just was wanting to have that community again, that connection with people, working out, because it's such a healing feeling that you get when you can work out with people. And I always say it's a battle against yourself, just being a little bit better than you were the day before, but just having people and friends to work out with, and a real supportive community helps with everyday life. So I decided that I was going to purchase a farm in the Richford area, and when I got around and I finally purchased it, I kept telling myself I was going to put a gym here one day, and it happened. If you got to have a dream in order for anything to happen, you got to have that thought first. So I got the farm, and I put of course, the Airbnb next door, so multiple businesses right here, and started the gym shortly after that. Just started with kids classes, and I had a local person come to me and ask if I would do adult classes, and I kind of thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, you know what the heck, I'll give it a try. I am a certified coach, and I'm a CrossFit trainer, certified level 2 trainer. And so I do have a good background in it, played sports all my life, and just really kind of enjoy seeing people be successful, get healthy. So I opened the gym, and we just started making traction from there. I wanted to open a place where people felt like they could come, have a nice supportive community, enjoy what they're doing, make it the best hour of their day. And I wanted people to be able to feel what I felt when I got into my health journey.
Gotcha. So with your health journey, what inspired you? Because CrossFit is, for those that don't know, can you explain a little bit about what CrossFit is and like the levels of intensity and like what inspired you to go down the CrossFit path?
Well, CrossFit, like methodology, is just being functional fitness movements we do every day. It's really about staying away from decrepitude and decaying in our bodies, and becoming healthy people to live a longer life and have that longevity of health, but not just a long life, but a long life that is fulfilling, so that we can keep moving with our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and keep doing things that we want to do on the outside of the workout. My path started about 12 years ago now. My son and his now wife were doing a CrossFit, and they opened a gym up in the Ithaca area. And I started going there. They just had a few clients to start with at first, and I started going there. I was about 200 pounds, and that first year, about 8 months in, I got myself down to about 140 pounds by just learning how to eat right. Nutrition is the number one goal in anything you do, whether it's a CrossFit workout, a functional fitness workout, High Rocks, or the local gym. Your eating plan is going to be the number one thing, so nutrition. I learned to eat right. That was the first time I ever ate a vegetable in my life that I can remember anyways. I was 41 years old. And I had to teach myself how to love them, how to eat them, and I did that by just thinking about food as fuel rather than fun. In America especially, we tend to celebrate with food. So kind of changing that mindset for myself of it's really just to fuel my body, and how do I want my body to fuel, and how do I want it to be healthy? How do I want it to move? So working with them for, let's see, I think it was about 9 years before COVID hit, and then we were all working out from home, and you just feel healthier in a full environment with people and building a community.
I would agree to that. And then as far as the members go, we have Tonya here. And myself, I'm also a member. Just got back on the wagon. But Tonya, so a lot of the members here in Country Fit, and I don't know if it's like this at every gym, but there's a lot of business owners that are part of the gym here. And I think, at least for myself, being a business owner is really hard and overwhelming. And I think going to the gym is the hardest thing I'm going to do today. And I get that done, and I check that box, and I'm like, all right, the rest of this is going to be easy. So that's what it means to me to come to the gym. That's why I force myself. And I'm going to get a better workout here than I'm going to at working out by myself at a gym, because the community aspect, everyone is here supporting each other. And like we did a team workout this morning, and Tonya and I were on a team, and I'm feeling tired, and she's yelling at me, and I'm yelling at her, and it's great. But Tonya, what does it mean to you to come here and work out, and how does it help you? And tell us what your business is.
Well, thanks for having me on, Matt.
Yeah.
My business, I am a contractor. I contract drive Amish. So coming to the gym, little background, I got hurt. I tore the bicep, a couple layers of my bicep, and couldn't lift it even remotely. And then last October, I started coming to the gym. And just because I, like Barbie, was almost 200 pounds, and I'm like, I cannot hit 200 pounds. Like, I got to do something. I started coming to the gym. I am an adaptive athlete. Here at the gym, everything is tapered. It's what you can do. But you also push yourself, like this morning in the workout where you were doing a heavier weight. I tried a heavy weight, and then I had to go down because I struggled with it. Mm-hmm. Being a business owner, I notice a huge difference with me coming to the gym in the rest of my day. Like you coming in the morning, this is the hardest thing I'm going to do all day. Besides driving my Amish, and I am also the secretary. So the rest of my day is pretty much making phone calls, sending emails, sending text messages, lining things up. It's all in all kind of, you're not moving around.
Right.
So coming here, it relieves stress. I feel happier. I notice a huge difference in my demeanor during the day. Like Barb, I've learned to eat healthier. Since I started last October, I was at my heaviest of 198 pounds that I've ever been. And I was fit growing up. Grew up on a farm. Threw hay bales all summer. I could bench press my weight and then some. And then it just, after kids, life got a hold of me. I started back at 43 years old, and I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. Since starting last October, I've lost 25 pounds, but I noticed that I've learned to eat better. I am a big sugar person, big candy person, and coming here kind of curbs that.
Yeah.
And like you, the sense of community, like I would not work out on my own. Like there are days when I can't get here. We're on a job that's an hour away, and I can't get back here to do the morning workout. So I'll do it off the back of the truck. I have weights in the back of the truck, and I'll do it off the back of my truck, and it is not the same.
It's not. I anytime I start breathing hard when I'm working alone by myself, I'm like, oh, that's good. I broke a sweat.
Well, and
and
this
here
morning,
it's like, I'm like, my forearms are going to fall off. Like,
well,
not to scare
morning,
anyone from coming. But.
The bike was getting the best of me. And with you just saying, come on, Tonya, you can do it. That pushed me to finish the last 2 calories that I needed on that bike to move to the next.
People are watching.
The next segment. And it does. You don't realize how much it helps to have somebody in your corner and just that little extra push. It truly motivates you to get your behind moving.
Yeah. And I think as a testament to that too, like, so for the summer I was like pretty much MIA, and the workouts weren't, it just felt like there was just definitely a part of my day and routine that was just missing. And like the human connection, I don't know what it is with everyone struggling through a workout, and you're like, it feels good to like encourage other people too. Like some of the people today trying to hit their max on the squats. And it's like, some of us were done. We're like cheering them on, but like, helping them out a little bit. And that feels good. It feels like you're on a team, part of a team. And for me, with a background in wrestling through high school, it's like, if any of you know wrestlers, it's like when November comes, it's like all of a sudden like the internal clock for those people like us like turns on, and there's like a level of intensity for, at least for me, for fitness, that like I have to at least try and match something, right, that was close to wrestling. And I can say like last year when I started here, some of the workouts, I was like, whoa, I have not felt that in a long time.
I remember you saying that to me a couple times. Yeah.
I was like, so I think that that's awesome testament for people, because I think that with fitness and just people don't know where to start, like with anything. What would you say to someone who might be listening, who's like kind of was in your position, and what words of encouragement would you give someone just to get started?
I mean, you got to start somewhere to get anywhere. That's what Coach says. In March, I struggled with lifting 35 pounds above my head. I think the last time we did a press, overhead press, I think I was at 75 pounds. I still struggle sometimes. Sometimes my arm doesn't want to work, and I work through it. I am a lot stronger than I was even in March. I think like today we did max front squats. I think my last front squat was like 65 pounds in October. And today I did 96 because I was determined I was going to get over that 95-pound mark. So we did it. We have some people that do an empty bar.
Right.
Like they just started.
There's literally no like what do I want to say? No shame or no like.
You gotta
it's
start
inclusive.
somewhere.
It's inclusive.
We definitely try to set it up so that there's options for everybody. If you can't do a certain movement, it's okay. We have alternate movements for you to do, and that's so that everybody can fit into the community, right? We try to set up things so that people feel comfortable wherever they're at. Sometimes we have people that come in, they're recovering from something, or they've had an injury. And like Tonya said, we call it adaptive athlete, but what it really is just another way to scale your workout. You're getting the same workout, and I always encourage some of my athletes that do RX, I always encourage them, and I say, you know what, someday just try the alternate that I'm giving someone else, and you'll see that their workout's just as hard as yours. Our abilities allow us to do some other more strenuous, maybe it's a pull-up without a band, or or not a ring row, maybe you're pulling up a strict pull-up. Our abilities and our strength allows us to do that. But if you go and you do some of the scaled options that we put out there, you'll see that you're getting just as much of a workout as when you do the pull-ups. So then you might ask, so why do you have the scale? Why do you have these different things? Well, people like a challenge. You know what I mean? And in here, we always say it's a challenge against yourself of who you were yesterday. Like, could you just be 1% better today than you were yesterday? Which, by the end of the year, you're 365% better if you can do that. So it's an opportunity for you to challenge yourself in a different arena. But also knowing there's some days when maybe you are what we call an RX athlete and you're hitting all these things as prescribed on the board. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, you're just not feeling it, but you know you need to move your body. The most important thing is to move your body. So maybe you come in and you do a scaled version. Maybe you take your weight down for that day. And it's totally okay because, like I said, the most important thing is you're moving your body and, you're not staying sedative. And, hundreds of years ago when we were all dairy farmers, or hunters and gatherers, we didn't necessarily have this problem of our bodies breaking down with all these illnesses and the things we face today. And that's what made gyms so popular was the sedative jobs where we are sitting much more, whether it's secretarial work or it's even in the job you do, Matt, a lot of the times you're sitting at a desk talking to another person, financials and stuff like that.
Right,
so
right.
It's still a sedative job, and we see that more and more people are in those positions. So more and more we need places like Country Fit that can get you out and moving. I think we have an amazing community here. Like the people here, I can't ask for better people. Everyone supports each other, and everyone is really, they love to see each other win. You know what I mean? We had a member last Saturday get her first muscle up. It's the first one we've had since the gym opened, and that's really exciting. I even told her, I said, oh my gosh, Lex, I was about to cry when I seen you do that because you've been working so hard.
She had been. I remember last March she was saying her goal for the next year was to do a muscle up, and she did it.
Yeah, and then we also celebrate the Saturday before that, we had a member who jumped on a box for the first time. She'd been working on piling up plates and jumping on 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and she got up to 12 inches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we celebrate that too. Everything we do, every day somebody's doing something that we can celebrate, and it's really rewarding for an individual, but also to be part of that kind of community.
It is really cool, I think, to witness everyone else's improvements. Because you talk about try and be better, 1% better each time you come to the gym. And I think that there's like night and day difference between people that I've met when I first started over the last year. Like
Yeah.
Lex with the muscle up, she's like gone into ultra beast mode. It seems like I'm looking at her results on all of her workouts, and she's RX and everything. And then Alexis too, like she's hitting these squats today. She's come like a long way. People have come such a long way, I feel like, since I've started, and I think that's a really cool, inspiring thing. And I think that's contagious because you see those people succeeding, and you want to succeed and push yourself and reach your goals too. So I think that's a really good part of the environment here at the gym, for sure.
Well, and we have members that an older lady started. Her goal was to make sure that she would never get stuck. She fell and couldn't get up. And she said, I never want to be that again. I never want to be stuck again. And here, I'm going to say like a couple weeks ago, we were doing front squats, we were doing back squats. And her highest was like 45. And I was partnered up with her. And I could do a little heavier. And she's like, no, I want to try it. And she ended up, I think, maxing out at like, I think it was like 115.
Wow. That's a...
And we were like, dude, really?
I do feel like a lot of this is a lot of it's psychological. And it's like, well, if your first words before you approach the bar are, I can't do that. You definitely can't.
You're done.
You can't. You're definitely not going to, right?
I mean, even now, sometimes I get in my own head and I'm like, I just got to get that bar up. And coach will say, get out of your head.
Right.
It's you in your head. And once I'm up, I'm okay. But it's that whole mentality of getting that bar up that I'm like, that's the hardest part.
Mm-hmm. Small things.
Yeah. And
Change
like
the
we
small
talked,
things.
jumping on the box, right?
Right.
I can't tell you how many people. As a matter of fact, I bought the soft boxes because so many people were scared of jumping on the boxes. And,
I'm one of them people.
and now they're doing 20 inches.
Yeah.
And Country Fit's not just a gym. It's not it's not just about our physical movement here at Country Fit, right? You guys can probably attest to this. I am always coming up with different sayings to help you push through things. And people pick on me after a while, whether it's get out of your head or change your mindset, change your life. I'm always trying to come up with stuff and always trying to work on that mental aspect about, how can we clear our minds? Rather than say, often people will say, oh, I have to go to work. No, you don't have to go to work. You get to go to work. You don't have to come to the gym. You get to. If you can start changing your perspective and your mindset that way,
it's a privilege.
Like you talked about lifting the bar, if you can do that, my goodness, I can do this, right? You can. People have had surgeries, and I know sometimes they step back and they're like, oh, I can't come to the gym. I'm like, come to the gym. Come to the gym. We will fix it so that you can do something. You got to get it in your mindset that you're able to do it. And that's what happens here at Country Fit when people get these big achievements, right? They do something else. They say, oh, my goodness, I just did a pull-up. What can I do next? I can touch my chest to the bar. What can I do next? You know what I mean? I can do my toes to bar. So it's like you get one thing and you start getting curious about what can my body actually do. I think so often we put limitations on our body like, oh, I could never do that. How many people have you seen kick up into a handstand who told me from the beginning, I ain't getting upside down? You know what I mean? You see these things happen because once your body shows you that it is capable of so much more, you just keep trying it. You're like, oh, I'll try that now. I see someone else do it. Maybe I can do it. It's getting out of your head and realizing that your body can do so much more than your mind lets you believe.
It's true. And those practices carry over into life.
Yeah.
Oh, don't they?
Like 100%.
Don't they, though? Yeah.
They do. It's like, I think for me, it's focus on the small things. It's like, okay, get in the car and go, get there, and then worry about the workout. But just get there, right?
Yeah.
And then focus on the other things. It's for me, I break it down to one thing at a time. And then it's like, I know what my day consists of, right? Mondays and Wednesdays, and hopefully 3 days a week, I'm coming out here to get a really good workout in, if not more. But I set my goal to at least get out here 3 days a week to do that. And I'm like driving 20 miles, and it's worth it. For me, it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't. I used to drive 30 miles to get a workout in, and 30 miles back home, and I would have to say the same thing. It's so worth it. The way your body feels, the way your mind feels, the collaboration you have with other people, just thinking of the longevity of life, how you're going to be able to move so much farther for so much longer. It's so worth the big picture. I think sometimes that people just get stuck on, some of you guys probably heard me say this before, I call it stuck in the suck. You get stuck in the suck and you're just like, go through the daily routines rather than I get to go to the gym, I get to do this workout, and then I get to go to work and I get to be badass at work. Like you kind of get that motivation, which brings us more into like you guys being disciplined. I know you went away for a while, Matt, but your discipline brought you back. Your discipline said, I need this in my life because when I have it, I feel so much better. I am stronger. I feel like I can get my job done. Like I have so much energy. I sleep better. So it's those type of things that we really focus on the longevity in life.
Absolutely.
And it does help with the mental aspect. Like you come to the gym and it's not just, we do things outside of the gym with each other. Bonfires and, if somebody needs help at their house, the community members, the gym community members seem to come together more. Like you make friendships that you probably would have never, even entertained.
And chances are those are good friendships because you all value health and fitness and you're already supporting each other, and that's what a good friend should do.
Right.
You said it over the weekend, surrounding yourself with with people who are always going to support and care about what your goals are?
I mean, I'm a grandmother of 3, and I want to be able to run with my grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the oldest is 8, and then there's a 2.5-year-old, and there's a 1.5-year-old, and I want to be able to get and play with my grandkids and get down and run around with them. I mean, and be able to ride my horses and, you know, play with the dogs. I want to be able to do that. That was one of the things why I started. I am like, I need to do something. I was, as Coach said, stuck in the suck.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't motivated to get up and move around. And I'm like, I am doing this. This is, I try to get here as often as possible. Like you said, at least 3 days a week. I try to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm there's some days that I'll drive 43 minutes from a job site. I'll drop my boys off. I'll drive 43 minutes to get here, do my workout, drive 43 minutes back.
Mm-hmm.
But my boss, who he owns the business, I just contract to drive for him. He is like, you're so much nicer, as he puts it. When you go to the gym, you're not cranky, and it's like them, you know, even the little things like coming and just walking. Like Coach said, you know, after a surgery, I've had an arm surgery 2 years ago, and then the beginning of September, I had a hip surgery, and I came to the gym every day and I moved, whether it was walking, working on upper body. We're still trying to, you know, work on strengthening that hip. We push ourselves, and I'm so much happier and quote unquote nicer, as he says. But the customers notice it too. Like,
Right.
You know, they say I'm a joy to talk to, and if you know me, there's a lot of times I'm not a joy to talk to.
You're always a joy to talk to, Tonya.
But you see me at the gym.
Yeah, I see you at the gym, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Brings the best out of you.
Yeah, because if you can do the workout, and once you do the workout, you're like, I did it. I
feel
can,
good.
I can push myself to do that. I can push myself to do this, and that's how it is.
There's a higher, you get a feeling of self-worth and accomplishment and achievement,
Exactly.
and it carries on. So I would like to talk a little bit about just, you got some changes going on here at the gym, some renovations. Are you able to share a little bit of that detail to try and some enticement, maybe some people to come check out what are going to be the new digs?
Yeah, so Country Fit 2.0, right?
The next step.
Yeah, Country Fit's doing really well, and I think we're reaching a lot of people that can use us. You know, most people walk into the gym because a friend asked them to come, and then they just fall in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
They just fall in love with what their bodies can actually do and the achievements that they make. So we tend to build our community pretty quickly. I had a goal of 10 people a year to add on each year, and we're hitting that goal. So we were able to. I put everything right back into the gym, you know, because I want it to be in this nice rural area where people don't necessarily have an opportunity to get to some gym like we have. Like there's gyms, and there's a gym for everybody. And I'm not putting down any gym because different people thrive at different areas. But Country Fit in particular, like it's a place where I think that most people will be very successful. I've had many success stories coming out of here in just the past 3.5 years that we've been open. So yes, we are expanding. We are setting up a new area, coming to you soon, hopefully in the next, maybe by next year, maybe the beginning of the year or so. My husband and I have been working on it, but we don't want to go into huge debt for it, so we're doing it all of ourselves. We have some friends that show up. We also have some gym members that stop in and help out where they can. And Country Fit 2.0 is coming soon. We'd love to have people stop in, and Matt, maybe we'll do a ribbon cutting and everything.
Sure,
you know?
we can do that.
Yeah, we'll set it all up.
Do you think what kind of new features will be down in the new because it's going to be downstairs.
Downstairs,
So,
yeah.
can you share any
So, Matt,
details
I'm
on the plan?
super excited
Or do you
about-
not want to put your husband on the hook for getting all that done?
I'm super excited because, this might sound silly to some people, but I love rope climbs.
Oh, yeah.
I love rope climbs, right? But where we are right now, our ropes aren't capable of being in the ceiling, and we need them 15 feet, So we have made the ceiling downstairs the 15 feet. So rope climbs for sure will be coming into our programming. And don't let that scare you. Don't let it scare you, because there's always options for everybody. And once you climb that rope, even a couple steps, you're just, it's a whole nother mindset, a whole nother game. Like, I've done this. So I'm excited for the rope climbs to come in. We have some other equipment coming in that I actually got a grant from Tioga County, so I'm super excited about that. We're going to have what we call assault runners, indoor running machines. It's like a treadmill, but it works off of you, not off electricity.
Oh, like a skill mill. Kind of. It's like you can change the resistance on it and run on it.
It doesn't necessarily change the resistance by you mechanically,
Okay.
but you'll see when they come out. We'll get you on them. So a default we have is New York winters, right? So we don't want anyone to fall because we want them in the gym the next day. So we tend to take running a little bit out during the winter. Yeah. This way we can keep our running in, and we will. That way, when people come springtime, you won't be starting at block 1 and running.
For the Murph.
Right, for the Murph.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. Downstairs is going to be good, and there'll be future stuff happening in the downstairs, and hopefully we'll be getting further into that in the following year.
Do you think we'll get a sauna or a steam room?
Oh, we hope so. We hope.
All right.
We hope we're going. We hope
I'll
we're
put
going
it on
full board.
I'll put it on my Christmas list.
Yeah, we'll do. I tried to tell my husband that we should make the milk-in parlor into a hot tub. All the drains and everything are there. Why not?
Who cares?
He does think I'm crazy.
Who cares what color the water is? It's
That's
warm.
right.
Just get in.
Like baths.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap this up with a couple more, just 2 more questions. But one is just gonna be a little bit more of a fun one, I think. So maybe you like to travel, maybe you don't. But if you guys could choose one destination to go to, where would you want to go?
I love the beach.
Okay, you're a beach person.
But yeah, I'm a huge softball fan. I have played softball my entire life. My dream vacation, believe it or not, would be the softball World Series.
Really? For college?
For college. I am a huge OU fan, have always been a huge OU fan. And that would be my absolute dream vacation.
Awesome.
Would be to go to the softball World
So,
Series.
Corey, if you're listening,
He keeps telling me we've been married. So for our 25th wedding anniversary, which is next year.
Yeah, let's
next
go.
year?
We
Is
can
it
go
next
with
year?
that.
No,
Sure.
year after, 27.
Okay.
Would be our 25th. He keeps saying maybe for our 25th. It always falls on our anniversary. So he's like, maybe for our 25th. But we bought a house this year that was unfinished. So we didn't go on vacation this year because we have put everything into this new house. So, yeah, that would be my dream vacation.
Awesome. Barb?
I actually like the mountains and the scenery, the Grand Canyon, anything like that out west. I love the West. I love to travel out there, so that would be what I would go.
Awesome. I went to the Grand Canyon a few years ago when I went out to Nevada to visit my sister, and the tour guide said that it's we went on the Sky Bridge, and we were looking down there, and the tour guide was like, yeah, it's if you fall, it's 7 seconds to the bottom. And I was like, that's a lot of time to think about that. And this dude, we were like sitting next to it, and this guy was like, oh yeah, I don't want to fall down there. I'm like, yeah. Well, the good news is it's only 7 seconds to the bottom. So yeah, that was
That'll be the longest 7 seconds of your life.
Oh yeah, and then the van, like the bus that we were driving around in the mountains, like the roads were super narrow, and it was a big bus, and it's like if you go the wrong way, you're going down. You're going down there, and there's guardrails like 3 feet high. I'm like, that's not stopping
not
this bus.
stopping, yeah.
I hope this bus driver knows is a good driver.
Well, Matt, we'll use that the next time someone's like, it's how long the workout is. We
Yeah.
always say that last 7 seconds or that first calorie takes
Yeah,
forever, right?
it does.
It's only 7 seconds.
That's right. It's only 7 seconds.
What
to
is
get
the
first
famous
calorie.
saying? You can do anything for a minute, even swim from a shark.
Right?
Really? You could swim for a minute away from a shark?
No, I don't think I could.
That'd
I'm
be
not a very
slow
strong
shark.
swimmer.
For me, at least.
Maybe a whale shark.
Yeah. So, Barb, if someone were interested in joining the gym, what should they do? How should they get a hold of you?
Matt, there's several ways to get a hold of me. Number one way, just stop in. Stop in and check it out. I think it's way more powerful when you see the environment and see the people. It makes a much heavier impact on you as an individual, and you get a better picture of what we do. Otherwise, you can always send me an email to countryfit.cf@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can call me my cell phone or send me a text message. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram. Any of
Gotcha.
those places. So just sending me a message, or like I said, dropping in and checking out the
Where
environment.
are we? Where are we located right now?
We are at 13162 Route 38 in Richford.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to doing more of these podcasts with you, because in February we've got the Open, and I would like for you to share that experience with people, because that's open to the public, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great time to come out. We do several events throughout the year.
Yeah.
Where we like to have the public come and cheer us on and watch what we're doing. A lot of our workouts are related to military soldiers and such. And I know a lot of you guys don't love it, but we always have the list of girls workouts.
It's good stuff, Barb. And Tonya, thank you so much for being
Thanks for
on.
having me.
And
Yeah.
hope to see you guys again this week.